In this work, we present APES, a method that automatically extracts articulated parts from spreadsheets. In 2D animation, characters are usually rigged and manipulated as puppets, which are composed of multiple articulated parts. Discovering these articulated parts is the fundamental step for puppet creation, rigging, and the folding animation. A common practice in 2D animation is artists start by drawing several different poses and configurations of a character in a spreadsheet as shown here. They then manually segment out the common parts in these sheets and stitch them together to create a controllable puppet. Given this workflow, our goal is to automate puppet creation by taking as input several different poses from a spreadsheet, and extract parts that best express the given poses. These parts can be easily stitched together to form a puppet that is ready for animation. Previous particle segmentation methods are the most relevant works to our task. Yet, the usually pre-trained networks with natural images fail to capture large pose variation and assume fixed articulation structure. As shown in our experiments, directly applying these methods doesn't achieve satisfied results. We propose a method to infer articulated parts from spreadsheet with two stages. The first stage has the form of neural networks, trained to extract the parts from a pair of images. The second stage selects a subset of parts from previous output and solves a parameter-free optimization problem which doesn't require training. The first stage consists of a correspondence module and a clustering module. The intuition here is to disentangle motion from appearance and use only motion pattern to discover parts, favoring better generalization. Correspondence module infers pixel correspondences, which captures the candidate motions of pixels between images. The output is then processed through the clustering module, which attempts to find pixels with similar motion patterns and groups them into a set of candidate articulated parts as the output. After the first stage, we gather candidate parts from all pairs of poses. We then apply the selection procedure to pick a compact subset of parts to represent the target puppet. The selected parts are required to have minimal overlap with each other and also can reconstruct all the input poses as well as possible. The networks of our method are trained in a supervised manner, with synthetic data using the puppet provided on OkaySamurai website. Since the correspondence module is appearance sensitive, we first pre-train it with a larger dataset called Created Flow Plus, which has ground truth pixel correspondence annotation. Here we show the qualitative results on synthetic OkaySamurai dataset. The first row on the left shows the input sprites in different poses. The dashed rectangle on the right shows the selected parts from our method. The second row on the left is the reconstruction results by deforming the selected parts. In this example, our method extracts 6 articulated parts. Here is another example with different structure. Although the input is not human shape, our method can still extract the correct number of parts. Sometimes the input spreadsheet contains motion not only in limbs, but also small body parts, such as the hair in this case. When the motion is obvious, our method can discover small parts with motion consistency. Quantitatively, we compare with scopes and mocoseg as well as their variants that are supervisedly trained. We use part IOU as main matrix. From the table, we can see our output parts is more consistent with the ground truth parts than alternatives by large margin. Here we show the extracted parts from real spreadsheet. Our method is able to detect intuitive articulated parts in these artist-drawn poses. Our extracted parts can be easily stitched and produce an animation skeleton if necessary. With a simple heuristic described in our paper, we can form an animation skeleton from the extracted parts. The resulting control structure can be loaded into standard animation software. Here we show one animation with the extracted parts. As another application, these articulated parts can be used in puppet creation, where parts from different characters can be mixed and swapped to generate puppets with new part appearance. Thank you for listening.